Going guys, welcome to game 2 of NRG versus WBG draft analysis. So they did the exact same bans. You know, makes sense. It's not like anything was too drastic or difficult.
We're having a very
enemy team, we're gonna pick the same two, Aphelios, Rel, and Rel has a flex on red side, which is annoying. So we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to actually deal with it. They take Vi, which does have its uses towards attaching towards Aphelios and going for their core carry, which is not half bad. They're gonna take Cassante, which is actually pretty good into Rel. Like if Rel engages, he can kind of stall that out. If they go Nico, again, similar. Cassante can actually press his R at the same time Nico's doing her R. He can press his W and just push her away. He creates a lot of space, and it creates a situation where you are aiming to play for bot lane as NRG. It's a switch. It's a switch based on these 3 picks. It's a switch. These guys are still going to be taking Nico. It makes sense. Again, even though Cassante has its uses to her, you know, it's a good 1-2 combo. And now at this point, they need to figure out what the hell they're doing in bot lane. So they ban Senna. They get rid of the Senna TK. You know, to them, it's like, okay, these champs can be really annoying. The Senna was getting a lot of space in mid lane, even though like their comp wasn't actually ideal, and their comp is a lot better this time to play around a Senna. So it makes sense to ban Senna. These guys ban Gnar. So they're worried about him getting screwed in top lane. But here's the thing. Ignar, again, is not great at enchanters. They have an Aphelios. Ideally, you want them to pick Rel bot lane. You want them to pick some kind of melee support in bot lane. You don't want them to pick an enchanter. They ban Ziggs. Now, I don't know what's up with this pick. I don't know if he's been practicing it. It is actually a rather good pick because Aphelios is naturally at lower MR values than other champs. It did get adjusted. I don't remember what it is now. And then also, you know, with a Vi attaching to you, it's a lot of damage. So if you're going to play pretty hard into your 1 core carry, yeah, this pick actually is pretty good. So this was a really good ban by them. And they ban Viego. Now, this one, it doesn't matter. Like, you have 2 champs that are actually good into Viego already. They should have just put all their faith into banning an enchanter. Like, if this is necessary for Dokla, so be it. But, like, they need to ban, like, Milio. Ban, like, the champ that gives this guy more range. Ban the champ that's, like, really annoying. They don't. They pick Aatrox. Okay, now this is really awkward because these 2 champs are actually pretty terrible into Aatrox. Though you can still CC him to death. Still doable. Like, it's not like Aatrox is some invulnerable pick. But this is a rather good pick into these 2. They take Kai'Sa Alistar. Now, let me just say, obviously, it's very obvious that they're playing for a like super easy engage comp. You know, just find a pick. Kai'Sa jumps on, like burst, done. That's what they're looking to do. If they fail to do that, Aatrox will absolutely win the game, like win the fight. So they put a lot of like shit into this one little thing. Then the reality is, you know, did they really need to like go this route? If they wanted to go this route, they should have banned an enchanter because Alistar is specifically really bad into that. Unless he can actually engage and fight. In many ways, some ways, Nautilus actually might have been better because Nautilus has his R. This guy can't avoid that. So if you're going to play hard into this guy, you know, Nautilus has a lot of value. And of course, if you pick Nautilus, you know, maybe they pick a tank support that actually just deals with Nautilus pretty easily, but Nautilus will still have value. It's just, that's where the Rel flex becomes really annoying. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, this champ, saving till this spot, is making this pick really hard. And this champ is not really that great. But again, if you're going from kind of like engaged setup, at least you have something. This is what NRG is known to do and has done well in prior games, especially in this LCS, playing this kind of comp. The only other options I can think of, because again, you know, if they take an enchanter and then they pick a, you know, a melee support and they play hard in the bot, then maybe that's gonna be really awkward. And again, this guy doesn't want to play that kind of shit. Again, this is why you would not ban this. You would ban this. So all in all, like the kind of champs that you could play at this point is like people always look at, Ezreal, they look at Sivir, like there's like another kind of picky, like you could pick Callista. And honestly, many ways, Callista's not exactly the best into this champ. Not 100% the best into this champ either. And it's put a little bit more early focus, but honestly, Callista might be better. Low key, she might actually be better. But it's just, no matter what, whatever you pick here, he needs to play for these champs. He needs to play for these champs. If he doesn't, the game's fucking over. And what happens? And I'm just going to show this, because even though this is not part of the draft, this is how they lose the game. He has to play in the bot. They're getting vision on top side. And these guys, they did not think about it. They had no idea that WBG might just walk in. And keep in mind, there's almost no value on NRG's duo starting and bot lane, because they can't contest the wave anyways. Like, Alistar doesn't do anything. Like, Kai'Sa won't really do much. This guy has sniper gun range over Kai'Sa. This guy can just, like, harass. You're not really going to do anything unless you're doing a level 1 cheese. So someone should have been watching this, and since they didn't, he takes this, pushes him out. And the reality is, this dive should work. The game should be over. So NRG kind of screwed themselves, both on their approach to sort of like this 4-5 draft, and then also possibly like, the 2-3, but it's mostly the 4-5 and bans that are like the most awkward. And then also it's just how they ended up with the level 1.